I think that's something important to tell the people, like, that y'all are listening or watching us on YouTube, is that you might not get support from the people that are closest to you starting off. But that's okay though. That's not it's not to like hate the person that's next to you now. It's like, man, you don't really rock with me. No, it's just maybe they don't see what it is you see yet, and a stranger may see that before them.
Yeah.
Impact. 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 In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, Jermichael Moore. And we are the Residual Impact Podcast.
Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply to their communities.
Let's grow.
I love it.
What's popping today, man? How you doing?
Man, today is a beautiful day. I cannot be more grateful. And I'm just in a great headspace, my brother.
Yo, me too. And with that being said, make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video for you. And don't forget to drop a comment down below. Let us know the type of headspace that you're in, because we feeling great. How about you?
Yes, that's good. That's good. Great
and
intro.
If you're listening to us on any of the podcast platforms out there, the many podcast platforms that we are on, don't forget to follow us if you're not following us already, and leave a review.
Appreciate that.
Most definitely so. Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Mike,
sir.
what's popping, man? How was your week?
My week was great, man. Like, it truly was great. I feel like I'm still learning a lot of new stuff. But, man, I'm in a great place in my life where a lot of good things are happening and just trying to stay positive through it all. That's been the good balance of it, I'm not trying to stay too high, but I'm not trying to stay too low. I'm just trying to, like, ride the wave, man, and, appreciate every day.
Most definitely.
But, yeah, man, all in all, my week was really good. Like, I cannot complain about nothing. I cannot hold my head down about nothing. I'm just constantly learning, and my wife's good. I'm good. We making money. We eating.
Hey,
got food on the table.
Let's go.
I got warmth in my home, brother. I mean, I really cannot complain. So I'm not. So, but what about you, man? How was the week for you?
The week was great, man. Like, still focused on the 9-to-5 grind, like crazy. We are this close to getting that new equipment. So to everybody who's been requesting a collab with us, we are this close.
Be ready
to getting that equipment. So whoever we hit up first for that collab, like he said, be ready.
Be ready.
So yeah, man. When you see them dogs in your front yard, just know I'm upstairs going hard. You feel me? So yeah, man. I've been grinding, getting ready to get this equipment.
Yes, sir.
And as soon as we get it, we can start having collabs popping, and we can start growing, man. Like that's what I'm really aiming towards, and I know that's something that you want as well.
Yeah.
But that's constantly on my mind. So when I'm at work, just putting in these hours, I'm just like, this is for something. This is going towards something. You feel me?
Yeah. That sacrifice right now, brother.
Yeah.
That's what I'm noticing too. But man, I commend you on that for real, brother. Like, I gotta say, I definitely appreciate all the hard work that goes into like the editing process that you do.
Thank you.
And the creativity side of it. Like, a lot of people, y'all don't know, bro. Like, to come up with a lot of this stuff, as far as like the little edits and like just the different ways to put out stuff, man, that takes a creative process to think of that stuff. So man, I do commend you on that, because that's not easy. It is not easy.
Appreciate it,
man. I just gotta say thank you for all that.
No problem, man. Listen, I be telling people I'm a visionary.
Nah, real talk.
So just stuff just pops into my head as I'm editing. I'm just like, it'd be nice if I included this in the episode or included that.
That's real talk. So I think it's crazy because you don't realize, like, we consume so much like television or just things on like YouTube or whatever, and we see the finished product of it, and sometimes we don't really appreciate the whole process of it and how much work it actually took to go into making those things to what we enjoy so much.
Boy, because like if you think about it, especially a lot of the TV shows that we watch, right? Maybe if it's an hour-long TV show, typically taps out to about maybe 42 minutes runtime with all the commercials in and stuff like that. But to come out with a 42-minute episode, you probably had to have maybe an hour and a half worth of footage, or 2 hours worth of footage, and had to chop all of that down to make that 42-minute time slot.
Yep.
On top of that, those people had lines they had to memorize. And multiple takes, I mean, we have multiple takes as well. Like, if y'all haven't watched any of our blooper videos,
man, if y'all only knew,
we've actually had a few different takes before we shot this. So, just watch our blooper videos. We have another one coming out probably within the next couple of months or so, and we think that you're gonna enjoy it.
Yes, sir.
But while you're waiting on the latest one, go ahead and check out number 3, 2, and number 1.
Greatly appreciate that, for real.
Most definitely.
But man, what kind of goodies do we have for the people this week, my brother?
There have been rumors going around for the longest that Rihanna was supposed to work on a new album to put out and give to the fans. They've been waiting for it. They've been wanting it. Yeah. Right? So she's had a lot of stuff going on in her life recently, especially with, Fenty Beauty taking off. Savage X Fenty taking over as well. Like, she's been getting paid. Yeah. To the point to where she's now billionaire status, right? She's up there with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to merchandise. Like, she has no need to really work on another album. Like, why would you go back to recording music when you really have all this money that you've made just from the products that you have? I don't think we're going to get another album, especially not anytime soon, because, of course, artists got to go in the studio. They got to work with writers and stuff like that. Maybe some of them write their own music as well. They got to lay down tracks. They got to get them,
mix and master.
They got to get them mix and mastered. They got to do a lot. And once the album comes out, they got to do promos for it. They got to do shows, guest appearances, talk shows, like
brother,
tours, concerts.
Never doing this. That's a lot.
That is a lot. And it would be way too much now knowing what we know about Rihanna's current status.
Which is?
She is expecting a child by her boyfriend A$AP Rocky.
Hey.
Her first child. Their first child together. So, yeah, man. Congratulations to Rihanna and A$AP.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful thing. Like, there were rumors going around that she was pregnant for the longest while. I remember like a few months ago during the Met Gala, she had this huge like black robe on or coat or whatever, like, and she was rocking a black Scully, right? And people were assuming that she was pregnant then because like she was so covered up, and everywhere she went, she was wearing like huge clothes. But I heard somebody say that she was looking like she was walking pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And I guess pregnant women have a distinct walk.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I don't know. I really can't pinpoint the walk if I saw it in person, but I guess I can understand it. You know,
I mean, you got a whole nother human growing inside of you.
That's true. You know, I definitely. You're right. I definitely don't discredit that. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to all the mothers out there who had to endure that.
Yes,
real shout out to my mother. You know, love you, Mom.
Nah, same to you, Mom. For real.
So, yeah, man. The rumors are finally confirmed. Like, it's not a rumor anymore. She's pregnant.
Man. Congratulations, A$AP. He did something that I'm pretty sure a lot of other men are jealous of right now. And
boy, listen, so many brothers, when I saw the Twitter reaction, so many brothers was like, dang, it should have been me. I hit it first type. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't win them all.
Nah, you can't win them all. And I ain't gonna lie, man, A$AP seems like a really cool dude. Of course, I don't know him, but from his interviews that I've listened to and just knowing him musically over the years, he seems like a very cool personality type guy, and I'm happy for them. And I hope for a safe pregnancy, and I just hope that they grow together.
And a safe delivery, too.
Yes, most definitely.
You know, the mortality rates from mothers giving birth, especially like black mothers, it's increased.
Oh, yeah, man.
And Rihanna's 33. Okay. So, yeah, I heard that your chances of being at risk are higher the older
Yes.
women get.
Yes.
So, just I think the last time Beyonce gave birth, I think she had complications. I think if it wasn't Beyonce, it might have been a different celebrity. But I think I remember hearing that Beyonce had complications with her most recent birth.
Oh man, I can believe it.
Yeah. So who knows, man? I just pray that she does have a safe delivery, like for real, for real.
Yeah, same here. And I think for all the fans out there, waiting for an album, just keep on waiting. Keep listening to some more old stuff.
Right.
In the meanwhile,
she has a huge catalog of music, so hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nah. And it's amazing. I was talking to somebody this week, and they were telling me about they heard a song that A$AP had made a long time ago. And I guess they were speculating, but it sounded like he was talking about Rihanna. And this was way before they even got together. And to see them together now and having a baby, it's just, my brother spoke it into existence, and he made it happen.
And of course, with that, who else was trending?
Who was that?
Drake. So many people were talking about how mad Drake was going to be.
Oh, man.
After finding out that Rihanna was pregnant, because apparently they had something going on back in the day as well. You know, I remember seeing Take Care 2 was trending.
Yeah, I hope that's true. Like, I really hope that's going to be out. I love Take Care, so Drake, get in your feelings, my brother. Get in your feelings. We need that. If it's really crazy, I'm not like a huge album person, but if it's any album that I rock with, bro, it's Take Care. So, man, I hope he gets in the works with that
Take Care 2 was trending on Twitter. So, yeah, we'll see.
Drake, we need that one, brother. Get in your feelings, man. That's where you go get the bars from right there, man. Go get them bars. Reach deep.
And there was another meme going on. I think Drake was at a game, right? And he was sitting next to two dudes, and he got a text, and he was looking at his phone all crazy. Have you seen it?
I seen the thing when he was at the game. I don't know.
Oh, man.
They probably made so many.
So there was a picture going around on Twitter of Drake. I mean, it was really from a video. People took a photo from a video of Drake at a game, and he was looking at his phone with just the look on his face, man, was just like, this chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember seeing on Twitter somebody put that picture up and quoted, "You're like a brother to me." And that's why Drake was making that face.
Bro.
In regards to Rihanna.
I'm done, bro. This man Drake ain't got no problem with women, so I highly doubt that was the last thing he was thinking about. But who knows? Rihanna, she's a very hot commodity out there.
Yeah.
So
hot that somebody, I think it was in one of the comment section on the blog, some dude commented and said, "Now watch, I'm going to see this on every woman's story on IG for the next 2 days," or whatever.
I believe it.
And man, when I tell you, every single woman that I follow on IG, friends, former coworkers, whatever, they was all putting up Rihanna's pregnancy. They were all sharing her pregnancy on their story.
I believe it.
And it's like, really?
I mean, think about it. If Beyonce were to have another child, they'll be going crazy.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Their following is so loyal, and it's amazing at how much they will promote her.
Yeah.
So going back to her whole Fenty line, like, you see how they go crazy for the support on her and just buying all of her stuff like that, man. So she clearly has a following that is very loyal to her.
That is true.
People love to support her.
So much so that I saw this meme that actually retweeted on our Twitter, and it says, "Seeing your friends repost Rihanna pregnant 47 times today, but have yet to repost your small business once in the last 3 years."
Oh my God.
Like, really, what do you think about that?
I think that is something that is very true. I think that we're more so quick to repost these celebrities versus like our friends' businesses and what they got going on. I don't know. Maybe it's because you idolize them. I really don't know.
And you know what? You make a good point. That's something I've actually been going through kind of like with a friend of mine as well. He's very into podcasts. Like, he listens to a few different podcasts out there, even way before I thought about, starting this one or launching this one. One podcast he follows is a, well-known celebrities podcast. and this dude's already making hella money. You know what I'm saying? And he always used to send me, clips or episodes from this one celebrity's podcast and stuff like that. And I never rocked with it like that. Like, I didn't really listen to podcasts at the time. And if I did, I wasn't going to, like, really sit there and listen to this specific person's podcast. Yeah, they might have been spitting some good stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, you know what? It's all right. Like, maybe I'll check it out later. Mm-hmm. But when we finally launched this podcast and I was telling him about it, we listened to the first episode together, and then later on down the line, like, I'm like, okay, so what you been thinking about the podcast, or like, why haven't you been sharing any of my stuff? Like, why haven't you been sharing like any of the promo material, anything like that? Like, you're supposed to be one of my boys. Like, what's good? And he was just kind of telling me, and if he's listening to this, he knows exactly who he is. I'm not gonna say no names. You know who this person is too, by the way. But he said that he was going to give some constructive feedback regarding our podcast. And the constructive feedback he gave me ended up being feedback from last month in January, right? Mm-hmm. But it was based on the first episode we ever shot and recorded back in August. So I was like, okay, you're going to give some constructive feedback on episode 1. Like the very first time we ever did something, instead of the newest material from January, episode 21, 22, whatever. Yeah. Where we have actually grown over the last few months and made some changes to things to where we're now a little bit more seasoned with this podcast.
Most definitely.
The first time you do something, it's just like, okay, well, if you're a novice at it, you're going to be a novice. Mm-hmm. Like the very first time you start at a brand new job, you're not going to be the best at it. Yeah. That's going to come with time.
Correct.
So he listened to some of the latest episodes and he was like, okay, well, yeah, that's pretty good. It's much better than, what I expected, or much better than what I heard the first time around. But still, it's like, I haven't seen him share any of our material yet. Mm-hmm. But to this day, he still listens to the Celebrities Podcast religiously, and he'll share some of his material. Mm-hmm. This man's already wealthy. This man's already, got an established audience, but he won't share any of my stuff. And it's just like, yo, that once I have some sort of success in anything, you're automatically going to reap the benefits because you are a close friend. Like, you're a true friend. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you really, do anything or do what it takes to kind of help put me out there? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too deep into it, but I know like a lot of celebrities, like they'll do it with their boys or their girls or whatever. Mm-hmm. We've used this example before, but like 50 Cent, G-Unit was out there grinding with him. Yeah. And then when 50 made it, what'd he do? He made sure all the rest of G-Unit was eating.
He put them on.
He
actually moved him into the house with him.
Yeah, like, just to me, man, supporting your friends is really important to me. Mm-hmm. Any of my friends who I know that are out there making major moves, especially if I'm close to you, especially if we're like this, we hang out often, we talk often, we make business moves together, whatever. I'm going to support you in whatever it is that you do. Yeah. You decide you want to open up a new store somewhere. I don't care if it's all the way in Alaska. Mm-hmm. Who going to be there to help support you with that? Yeah. Me. I'm gonna catch the first flight. But like, yo, my man's opening up a new store. I'm gonna be there.
It's real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, support on that level with somebody you're that close to is really important to me. So to this meme's point, man, so many people were reposting Rihanna's pregnancy. But yo, how many of them are really supporting their friends and just sharing a friend's post?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that's something that is commonly, not seen more so than anything. Yeah. But I guess my viewpoint on it is very interesting. Like, I want people to share our stuff as far as like friends, but I'm not disappointed if they don't. Mm-hmm. And it's just because I know my success won't come from them. But I do see the value of them sharing my stuff because it's like, man, if you're my friend, hey, support me. Because I will support you in the same way. So I most definitely can understand that. But at the same time, too, man, I know that you have strangers that they tend to find value in you and what it is you're doing. And they'll go far and beyond the people that are right next to you. Correct. I don't understand it.
I don't either. But I had to learn that when I was in my 20s.
Yeah. It's an interesting concept. And I think that's something important to tell the people, like, that y'all are listening or watching us on YouTube is that you might not get support from the people that are closest to you starting off. But that's okay though. That's not it's not to like hate the person that's next to you now. It's like, man, you don't really rock with me. No, it's just maybe they don't see what it is you see yet, and a stranger may see that before them.
Yeah.
Message.
So,
and that's actually something that I had to learn recently, like within the last month or two, from good friend David Shands, right?
Oh yeah.
Actually, this is his brand right here. For those of y'all who are watching, Sleepers for Suckers, right? I had to learn from David, like, the reason why your friends might not support you, again, kind of like what you said, like they might not have the same vision as you, but at the same time, when we're expecting our friends to support us, we got to keep in mind that they're our friends. They're not our customers.
Yeah.
They're not our clientele.
Yeah.
They're not our target audience.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. I like that.
So when he said that, I'm like, yo, you know what? You're right. Instead of me being in my feelings about my close friend, like one of my boys, known each other for almost 15 years type stuff. We was in the trenches together, stuff like that. Instead of him not sharing our content, you know what I'm saying, to kind of help us gain more exposure and kind of like get the word out more about us, it's okay. No matter what, I'm still rocking with him, whether he shares the content or not. Like, and I told my boy that. I'm like, no matter what, like, I'm still gonna be there for you no matter what. I'm not really taking offense to it. Like, I'm more so like disappointed than like angry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like you said, you see a friend, you gonna do whatever it takes to support that friend.
Yeah.
But
I guess maybe to me, I think I would find more disappointment if I were to ask them, hey, can you share this? And then they be like, nah, bro, I can't do nothing for you. Like, whoa, bro, hold on, bro, I thought we were cool. Like, that maybe I'll find more disappointment. But for them just to put it up, randomly just for happening to look at it, I mean, that's on them. At the end of the day, if you want to, you want to. But I think sometimes maybe just being around somebody for so long that, it's not as new to them, or I don't know. Because think about it. If somebody don't know you, they've never heard you speak, they never saw you a day in their life, but then they see you and the positive information that you put out, and they be like, man, I don't have this around me. They're going to really start rocking with you, and those people will end up reposting you, sharing your stuff or whatever, and they may go, far beyond what your friend would do. So sometimes it just takes someone that's out of your environment to really boost you.
Yeah. And to that point, man, somebody's sharing our content because almost 300 followers on IG. The TikTok is growing. YouTube is growing.
Yes, sir.
So somebody's reposting our content. Somebody's sharing our content.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to all of you guys who do that.
Yeah.
We are definitely grateful to you guys, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, keep providing us with that feedback. We're going to keep giving you guys, great content, and we're going to go to the next level, man. It's only up from here.
Most definitely. And I will just make one more point to this whole thing. Sometimes too, and I'm guilty of this, like we can be so focused on wanting support from one specific area that we forget about all the support we may see in another area.
That's a good one. You are absolutely right about that. That's a good one.
I do that myself.
Yeah.
It's like with everything. Like I'll be like wanting to hear back from somebody through a text, but then I got all these other people that I still ain't replied to. But I'm like, if I don't get a reply back from this one person, it's like, oh man, like I'm disappointed.
And it could change your whole mood. It could change your whole energy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's the worst.
That's funny, man.
And that used to like, I know you've been out of the dating game for a while, but we touch on dating on this show a lot, man. That definitely happens when you're dating around.
Really?
Heck yeah. Like, I found myself doing it like, yo, I really like this girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling this girl, whatever. And I'm like constantly waiting for a text back from this specific girl. I'm waiting for this girl to hit me up, because I ain't trying to blow up her phone and be looking all thirsty or whatever.
Right.
But on the other end, if I'm dating multiple women at the same time, I got these other women who are like invested in me and hitting me up. And I'm just like, yo, I like you, but you're not the one I really, really want.
Yeah. The
one I really, really want is like kind of dodging me right now.
Bruh.
And it just changes your whole mood. It changes your whole vibe. But if you really focus on the people who really want you,
Yeah.
it kind of like reminds me of the saying, your type may be the reason why you're single.
Ooh. Wow, I actually never heard that, but that's very true.
Yeah.
That's true though.
Your type may be the reason why you're single. While I'm waiting over here for this woman to hit me back, because I'm not trying to blow her up.
Yeah.
I got maybe one or two over here who's really interested in me, really focused on me, really wanting to give me attention.
Yep.
And really want to be there for me and ride for me, whatever.
Yep.
So keep that in mind, man. If y'all don't have a date, y'all don't have a significant other, if you're pursuing multiple people at once, keep in mind that your type may be the reason why you single. So rock with those who rock with you, and don't focus on the people really who don't rock with you like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to get that energy from them, and you got somebody right now that's going or willing to go above and beyond what you think you may get from that one person that may not even be the best for you.
Right. And you're missing out.
You're missing out. That's actually true, B. You just gave a major key right there.
I like that.
Yeah, man.
So, support your people. And overall, more than anything, make sure that you don't go crazy or you don't lose yourself in wanting support from your people.
Well said. Well said.
What's next, Mike?
Man. So, this news right here is a little bit more harder to receive. Unfortunately, we lost a beautiful life. She was Miss USA 2019. Her name was Chesley Christ, and she took her own life January 30th. And it's something tough to hear about, man. Seriously.
Yeah. From what I've seen, like, I didn't really know much about Chesley at all. Like, I've seen her on Instagram, and apparently she was a prominent figure on TikTok. She has a ton of videos on TikTok, and her IG was popping. Miss USA 2019. Like, she definitely had notoriety.
Yeah.
Also, she was a correspondent for the TV show Extra.
Okay.
And she used to interview quite a few celebrities. One of her most recent interviews was with Denzel Washington. I know that she's mentioned, I think she's interviewed Alicia Keys, and a few other people.
Yeah.
She definitely seemed like a beautiful soul. Like I said, I didn't really know much about her. Definitely a beautiful woman. It's just sad, man. Anytime that we have to talk about something like this, just because I just want to make sure that we talk about just being there for your friends or being there for your relatives, being there for people no matter what. Because apparently, like the saying goes, you can't judge a book by its cover. No matter how happy a person may seem, you never know what they're battling on the inside.
Yeah.
And just looking at her on her social media, looking at her clips from Extra, she seemed like a happy woman. She made TikTok responses to a lot of comments that she used to get in her comment section on TikTok. Like, people would ask her to do like an apartment tour or like show her closet, show her shoe collection, stuff like that. And she would happily do it, and she just kind of like welcomed people into her life and was really, always smiling, stuff like that, man. She really seemed like a genuine person, like a beautiful, genuine person. And I'm not just talking about her looks, but she seemed very kind. And, in today's world, that's hard to find. Like, you don't really find too many genuine people, especially those who are like kind. This young lady was 30 years old.
Young.
Right. She was your age, man.
Yeah.
So, according to news reports, police have ruled this as for the YouTube algorithm, a self-harmful decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, a self-harmful decision. Let's just put it that way. Apparently, it was from the 30th floor or 29th floor of her apartment building. And, yeah, man, it was just a sad story, yo.
Man, I never want to hear anything about that, man. And it's it's unfortunate. This is actually, within the last maybe 2 to 3 weeks, second kind of story I've heard dealing with something similar of this nature.
Yeah.
And man, it makes you think more so about mental health more and more and how important it is. And to me, it also shows the mental state that we are in as a country, because it's like it's so easy to get into this place of like negativity, which brings on depression, and if you don't know how to get up out of that place, bro, if you stay there, clearly you can get to a place where you want to do some harmful things to yourself, man.
Yeah.
And it's really sad, bro. It's like really sad. Like this week, I realized that, and I want y'all to try something. I want y'all to start to think consciously about things. Like if I don't bring myself presently to where I'm at or what I'm doing, I realize my mind will like do this. Like for those of y'all that's listening, I'm like leaning to one side. Like my mind, it will lean to one side, and everything on that one side is negative. Like, I mean, it can come up with the worst case scenarios. And if I don't consciously say, nope, that's not true, let's think of something more positive, then it's just going to automatically go there.
Right.
And imagine if you don't know how to do that, or if you're not recognizing that you're doing that, bruh, like you can go through a whole day, whole week, your whole life just taking on that. And it can become a day where it's too much and you be like, yo, I don't want to deal with this. And it's scary, brother. It's scary.
Yeah, man. I really like just listening to this story and looking at this story and, hearing about it online and YouTube and the news. Just, you ever wish that sometimes if you knew a person, you could just go back in time and talk to them and see what you could have done to prevent whatever it is that they've done.
Yeah, most definitely. But it's one of those things too where you got to be careful with that, because you can start to feel guilty.
Of course, yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, people that are probably closer to them, but you can start to feel guilty, like, man, if only I could have did this. And,
yeah.
I personally just try to stay in the mindset that, everything has its reasoning. It's, in a perfect world, most definitely I would have wished I could have said something or done something to help that person not do what they did, but...
According to NBCnews.com, her mother said that she was dealing with high-functioning depression, which she hid from everyone, including me, her closest confidant. So her mom even said that Chesley was hiding, certain feelings and emotions from her, and even from the outside looking in, this young woman appeared to have it all, pageant winner, like a nationwide pageant winner, a huge pageant. TV correspondent, had a nice Manhattan apartment, which we all know, if you living in Manhattan, you got to have some bread.
Ooh, man.
So she had bread, you know what I'm saying? The clothes, the shoes, the everything.
Yeah.
But just because you driving in a Benz, or just because you have it all, right? You seem to have it all.
Yep.
Doesn't mean that you have your mental all together.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? We don't push this enough as a community, man, but get help. Like, if you're going through anything, go talk to somebody. Talk to a professional. Just don't do anything to harm yourself or anybody else.
Yeah. You would be surprised at just, even if it's not a professional, you would be surprised at how much relief you can have when you just take the time to talk to somebody. Just, even if it's not on some kind of like therapy, if you just tell somebody, hey, I was dealing with this week, and just to get it off your chest, it relieves something for you. So man, I would highly recommend, because I'm guilty of this myself, sometimes just holding in stuff and trying to like figure it out on my own. And it just doesn't tend to go the way that I always want it to. But when I talk to somebody, when I let it off my chest, I always feel better. I'm like, okay, I can handle this. I can get through this.
Right.
So, man, please do. Especially, I mean, not to, throw spiritualness on people, but learn to meditate, learn to talk to God if you haven't. Like, find something that can allow you to outlet this. because bro, we live in a world where it's stuff is gonna continue to come at you. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. So,
and you know what? That reminds me of a similar story that I heard about this week. And shout out to the source that I heard the story from. It was a different podcast. And this really just came to my mind. It's not even in the notes, but it was a story regarding Kevin Gates. And I know that you and I have talked about him at least in one episode that we've done like months ago.
yeah.
So it reminds me of this story that I heard recently from another podcast, regarding your boy Kevin Gates. You know what I'm about to say, right? You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Exactly.
yeah, for those of y'all listening who don't know, Kevin was talking about how he had harmful thoughts, and he was actually going to enact those harmful thoughts. Like he was going to take it upon himself to take him out of this world, for the YouTube algorithm, just put 2 and 2 together. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip so that y'all can listen to his own words.
That was the last post I made. Then I had disconnected my disconnected my Instagram of my last tweet I made. That's crazy I'm even speaking about this. I don't even know why. God must have put it on my heart. So then after that I went to the gym and I worked out good and I put all my jewelry on. I don't even wear jewelry. I just do that for mine. He like jewelry. I don't even care for that. Yeah. But I put all my jewelry on. I had a raw letter that I wrote about everything, I was just saying I don't regret nobody I ever stepped on. Yeah. If I did it to you, your mama ain't raised you right. That just was I just wrote everything. I wrote about how, how I've been in love before, how I had my heart broke, how the first woman to ever break my heart was my mother. I wrote about that, The only woman that ever loved me was my grandmother. I wrote everything down. So then after I did that, I had a raw letter. I went in the gym, worked out, took a shower, put all my jewelry on. I said, yeah. I looked at myself in the mirror. I said, hey, Dick. I be saying Dick a lot because my grandfather called me that. That's my my nickname. So when you hear people say Dick. But anyway, long story short, I looked in the mirror. I say Dick. Hey, it's time to stand on that business. Ain't no more talking. So I was like, yeah, let's go get it done. Show you how God worked through people. I'm walking out the gym. White boy walked up on me, kind of big. I see him in there like, he said, can I approach you? When you about to do something gangster, but you be trying to be calm and smiling. That's me. Like, I kind of laugh through my pain and joke when I'm hurting, when I'm dying on the inside. So dude walked up on me. He like, man, your music the only thing make this crazy world make sense. I was like, man, the world's a cruel place, man. Trust me, I know. I'm laughing, but I know what I'm about to go do. Yeah. So he was like, man, I was worried about you because you had disconnected your Instagram and your Twitter. Like the world needs you because, man, it's like your music done kept me from committing suicide so many times. I say, listen, I swear to God, right now, I'm about to go push my shit out. Right now. I say, you the only one I'm telling. Man, you know what that dude did? He cried and he grabbed me. He said, if you do that, so many people gonna take their own life because you all we got. That's what he told me. That's wild. He said, your music is the only thing that make this crazy world make sense. He cried. And you know what I told him? To show you how God worked through people because God know I don't bluff. So anyway, long story short, dude hugged me and I said, you know what? I guess I'll stick around a while, I'm still just playing. But I'm like, you know what? I guess thinking about it. Like, I guess I'll stick around a while,
And I've said it before and I'll keep saying it. You never know why you're in people's life or why they're placed in yours. This guy who stopped him from just doing the unthinkable, right? Like, if it wasn't for God working through this guy right here at the gym, we would have heard some sad news about Kevin Gates.
Right.
Just check on people, talk to people, or if you're somebody who has these harmful thoughts in your head, go talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. I say go talk to a professional because we haven't, like, in the black community, we don't push that enough, especially with black men. But of course, with Chrisley, she was a woman. So, I know more women, especially in our community, tend to get therapy more so than the men do. But, I don't even know her, and I wish that she, you know, spoke to somebody professionally.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have helped her out through this or whatever she was dealing with.
This just makes me think of that, you know, a lot of times in the culture that we see nowadays, right? Everybody wants the fame, everybody wants the fortune, they want the money and all that. And, you know, they want the success. But to me, even from hearing from Kevin Gates, we need to push success as far as having your mental health in the right place. Like that should be a form of success. Because right now it's just looked at, man, you need to get to that bag. You need to get out there. You need to get your name known, like become successful. But clearly, as you can see from these two examples, these two people, right? You know, thank God that Kevin Gates didn't do what he said he was going to do, but they both were in a place of where people will look at them and they like, man, you have done something with your life. You have made it to a place where I aspire to get to.
Right.
And that still wasn't enough. And they still had these thoughts come to them. And it's just, to me, it just shows that we need to push the narrative that to have success means to have your mental be in the right place. Because what's the good in getting all this stuff and then you take your own life?
Real talk, yo, because health is wealth, man.
Yep.
I know that that's a cliche saying, but health is wealth. Like, if you have all the dough in the world, you got the cars, you got the jewelry, you got the clothes, you know what I'm saying? For the fellas, y'all got women hitting you up left and right, like, you know, telling you how good you look, telling you, like, everything you want to hear, whatever. And for the ladies, like, y'all know that you got your stuff together, and maybe you can possibly get any man that you want, like, whatever the case may be. None of that's gonna matter if you're going through your own battles within yourself.
Yep. That's real talk.
It's not gonna matter. Like, take care of your mental health as well. You know, I could understand kind of why some people, especially wealthy people, say money doesn't make you happy. Because I kind of tie that into what Biggie Smalls said regarding more money, more problems. I don't know, man. If I had more money, I'd definitely be happier. That's just me. But I get it. I really get it. I just know with me personally, the more money I had, you know, I'm going to do a lot with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just going to be spent on me. It's going to be spent on a lot of other people, especially people I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I want to help people. That's my purpose in life. That's my calling. And I'm going to use whatever funds that I'm working hard for now to do that.
And I just think that, you know, and I completely agree with you. I just think that with that more money, it's going to require you to be a different person or be a better person, because you're going to be put into situations that the person who you are now may not be able to handle everything that amount of success or money is going to require for you to obtain. So I think that, because as you know, man, like I said, the world is not going to change. I mean, things are not going to necessarily get easier. You just have to get better.
Yeah.
And that's just what I'm noticing, you know, even in my own personal life. I get tested throughout a weekly basis, and I'm realizing, man, I don't want things easier. I just want to be better so that I can handle everything more. And that's just what I'm noticing, man.
That's true. And I like that you mentioned that, man. Like, I don't know. The world will test you. The world will definitely test you. And if the world doesn't test you, God will definitely test you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Making sure that you can handle what it is that you're about to receive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or whatever's about to come your way. So it's up to you to be able to prepare yourself for whatever tests are going to come your way. You know, we'll spend all this time studying and preparing for tests in school, studying or preparing for, you know, stuff in the workplace, depending on the career path we've chosen. You know, I know for a fact lawyers, they have to study.
Yeah.
They have to know prior cases and stuff like that in order to, you know, handle whatever case they're working on.
Yeah.
Doctors definitely got to study.
Yes, sir.
You can't go to a doctor and be like, yo, doc, I'm having problems, you know, with my throat. You know what I'm saying? You go see an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and then next thing you know, they're checking something completely different than what it is that you said you had problems with.
Yep.
Like, oh, your knee is fine. Like, I don't know what I don't know what you're doing here.
You're good.
Yeah, doc, I know my knee is fine. I'm not here for that.
That's real talk. That's real talk. Man, it just makes me think, man, that it's just so important to be mentally strong in many areas of our life. But I don't know, B. I feel like my purpose is taking me in that direction, because that seems like this is a need that we need in our lives.
Of course,
man. Because it breaks my heart to hear stories like this.
Mine too, man.
You know,
and I feel like there's a reason why first of all, the reason why you and I met, like, right? There's a reason why we met. There's a reason why we decided to partner up to do, certain motivational videos in the past, which have led us to this point, to where, we're still making videos, we're still recording content, whatever, but we're doing it on a larger level.
Yes, sir.
And then in the future, we plan on doing it on an even larger level, like in an even bigger scale, bigger capacity, but we had to start somewhere.
Yeah. I think, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, to just piggyback off you saying, I think that right now is going through this process it's making us become who we need to be to handle what's coming on that larger scale.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, we want what we want so bad, but if we were to get it right now, bro, it probably could be more of a burden to us than a blessing.
Boy, if I had a Ferrari right now,
bro, I often think about that as well.
I'll be whipping that joint and it probably crash.
Bruh. Or maybe not even that. The payments on that mug or the insurance on that mug might be like, yo, what? I gotta sell this soon because I can't handle it right now. Or, you just never know. So, man, please, like B said, get some help. Talk to somebody. Talk to God. Listen to different encouraging things. I'm grateful for Kevin Gates for putting that out there, because I guarantee he's going to help a lot of people just by telling that story.
For real. And for everybody else out there, man, like, check on your friends. Please. Check on your friends, especially your strong friends, right? The ones who you think are so strong mentally and physically that nothing can faze them or nothing will harm them. You just never know what they're dealing with. Check on your people, please.
I would say too, to go off of what B's saying, when you have like this feeling inside of you that's like, man, like you just randomly think about somebody, yo, hit them up. That I don't think that comes from no mistake. I think that is like a message, man, from God, just kind of nudging you, like, yo, bro, hey, reach out to them real quick, cause you never know, like you ever hit somebody up and they was like, yo, I was thinking about you. Yeah, I was thinking about reaching out to you. I don't think that's by no mistake. Or you're ever around somebody and you be like, man, I want to tell them this, but they might not want to hear it. Like I had that happen to me this week. Like it was some guy around me, and it was just something I had just thought of myself that inspired me. And someone was like, yo, tell that to him. I'm like, why? But then eventually I just ended up telling him, and he was like, yo, bro. He was like, are you reading my mind? He was like, I needed to hear that. Like,
wow.
He was like, I'm going through this right now. And I was just like, yo, nah, bro. Like, someone just wanted me to tell you this. So you just never know what can impact somebody or the reason that you have them on your mind. So reach out to them, like B said.
For real.
Man.
Well, let's try to change the mood a little bit, man. Cause this was definitely, tough.
Yeah.
But, I just hope that our listeners got something out of it, like for real.
Yeah. Well, I think from this, B, to turn this into a positive and to take something from this, I wanted to talk about how our emotions are our responsibility. You ever heard of the saying, to he who is given much, much is required?
Yes.
And one of the things I think that, we need to talk about more, especially as men, but not to leave out the women too, but our emotions are a very big part of our lives.
Yeah.
We can't get away from them.
No.
They ain't going nowhere.
No.
We deal with them every week.
Yeah.
So I think in life you have to understand how to control these emotions, right? And something that I learned this week, man, and let me know, B, if this is something that you've experienced, but we put too much control of our emotions or let me say this better. We allow other people too much control over our emotions.
Yeah. I can relate to that. I can definitely say that I've dealt with that as well. Or I've done that. I've allowed other people to dictate my emotions or control my emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. Like let's say you wake up, you was like, yo, today gonna be a great day. I'm gonna have a great day no matter what. Be you feeling good? I don't know if you drink coffee, but you got the coffee brewing. You about to get ready to go out the door. And let's just say, I don't know, let's just say mom say something to you that you wasn't expecting. The minute she said, oh man, B, your day's just, yo, I can't believe this. I'm not having a good day.
Yeah.
Like, just the words of somebody else can affect you for the entire day if you allow it. But the thing about it, B, is I'm learning is that they are your emotions. Even though that person may have said something that you might have not liked, those emotions are yours. You control them. Nobody else don't. But we give other people control based off the things that they say.
That is true. You are right about that, man. And it's crazy because I'm sitting here having flashbacks, literal flashbacks to so many different times I've had that happen. I think the last time I, actually recall letting somebody control my emotions, and it was crazy. It took me a while to get over it. Mm-hmm. Was the last time I was ghosted.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely see that.
The last time I was ghosted, I thought things were going so well. Psych.
Yo.
Fool. So, yeah, man.
Change the whole mood up.
No response.
See?
Either
someone's response or lack thereof a response can literally change your whole day up.
Yep.
That makes me just go to this topic, or the message that I wanted to get across is your happiness is an inside job. It's your responsibility. Mm-hmm. And as I'm speaking to you all, I'm learning this myself. And, a funny story I have is when I started working or I got this job, I went on an interview, and I was so excited to just leave the job. I'm like, I got it. I feel great, man. I'm so happy that I wanted to go tell somebody.
Yeah.
And when I told the person, they just weren't as happy as me. And that messed with me. I'm like, I'm not as happy no more. Mind you,
Really?
be right before, I'm excited.
Ecstatic.
I'm like, yo, I got this job. I feel great. But just because they didn't show me the same happiness that I was having, it made me not as happy. And I'm like, hold on, bruh. No. It's not their responsibility. It's mine.
That's right.
So be like, how can we help people keep their emotions in check, or keep it in the control for them, so that it can help them and have more of a sustained happiness throughout their life?
I'll tell you one thing, man. If these mics weren't on right now, and if the cameras weren't rolling, I'd give you my honest opinion. I'll still give my honest opinion, but it's going to be a slightly PG version instead of the normal rated R version that I would give.
Do you want to give it to him?
I would love to give it to him, but I'm not doing it here.
Okay.
Nah, I'll keep it, family friendly.
Okay.
Screw him. Like, that's my mentality. And for y'all who really know how I am outside of the podcast, I'm the same person, but I definitely wouldn't say screw him.
Yeah.
I would say something different, but just keep that in mind. Like, you just have to have that mentality of like, okay, well, shoot, that person's not gonna have that type of power over me, man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta learn to, like you said, happiness is an inside job. You gotta learn to make sure that no matter what's going on in your life, that you are content with yourself.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna allow nobody else's mood to ruin whatever it is you got going on.
Yeah.
So even to the last person who I said ghosted me, yeah, I had to learn, like, yo, screw it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, it is what it is. You got to move on. Life goes on no matter what.
That's true.
I think the only reason why I was dealing with it the way that I was is because we were physical beforehand.
Okay.
So I think that soul tie definitely got to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, I brush people off with ease if it permits. Like, if I'm not really connected to you that way, if we ain't never got down with the get down, for lack of better words right now, Bye.
But B, how if
Bye. No, I'm just kidding.
no, it's real though. And I completely agree with you on that. But my thing with that would be is, what if somebody can't do that so easily? What if you got a person that really values other people's opinions and that opinion really affects them? How can they get over that?
That's tough because I used to be that person. It took me a while to be able to develop the type of mentality to where I'm just like, you know what? I came in this world alone. Like, I was born alone. Granted, my parents were there.
Right.
But, you know, I was born alone. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to leave that way. I don't care if my wife is by my side or if I have children, whatever. Like, that's the mentality that I have.
Yeah.
If somebody's really not rocking with me like that, or if somebody is not as excited about something it is that I have going on, 9 times out of 10, they can't see what I can see. So I had to realize that it's like, you know what? No matter what, only person that's going to make me happy and keep me happy is myself. And I had to be content with that.
Yes, sir.
So if I go run and tell somebody some good news and they're not as excited as I am, okay, that's cool. I done got it off my chest. I'll go ahead and exert that energy somewhere else.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
good. That's good, man. I like that. I really like that. And I think that's one of the things, man, because I know we all process and handle things differently. So I know for some people it just may not be as easy to get to that point. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think over time, if you practice that and if you put those things into place, like you said, B, it'll really help you to keep moving, because we live in a, you know, social media era where other people's opinions, well, they put it through their programs that other people's opinions matter.
Social media validation, man.
Yes, that's
all it
exactly
is. Social
what it
media
is.
validation. And shout out to my boy Reno. I was actually watching a video that he did for his podcast, and he was talking about social media validation. So shout out to you, Reno. I greatly appreciate that, because, you know, that information came in handy for today, brother.
Yeah. Great wording, by the way. I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even think about that either. Like, we all know that for the most part, appearances can be deceiving.
Yes.
What you see on somebody else's social media does not tell the full story.
Nope.
People show you what they want you to see. Again, bringing it back to the last story we talked about, she seemed like a very, you know, joyful person, bubbly personality, the whole nine. Like, nobody would know that something was going on with her mentally, like to where, you know, something was brewing in her mind to have harmful thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really judge a book by its cover. You can't look at something that glitters and consider it gold.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just there's more to the story than what it is that you're looking at.
Yeah.
So a ton of us want that social media validation in this day and age.
Yes,
we
sir.
put out what it is that we want to put out. And to be quite honest, man, if it wasn't for this that we got going on, I'd probably deactivate at least my Instagram. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, sometimes I'll be on Instagram just scrolling. And I'm like, you know, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at these. I mean, they're adults, but, you know, they're much younger than us. So I'm looking at these kids that are like multimillionaires, living their best lives. And I'm like, dang, why wasn't I doing that at their age?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's their time to shine. Everything ain't for everybody. My time to shine is coming, but I guess it just wasn't. It wasn't for me when I was like 20, 21, 22. Like, Lord knows if I had money at that age, boy,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to handle it. I don't know what I would have done with it.
But then also, like you just said, though, it could only be showing half of the picture. They only showing you the best of the best. But we really don't know everything behind what they did to get that money. Not saying that they did something bad, but you have some people that might have done something bad to get to that place, or being dishonest, or they might have done something that your character wouldn't allow yourself to do.
Right.
And, you know, we gotta start looking at it like that, because I think social media can put you in a very, very negative mood going forward. Like if you just scrolling, bro, like for no reason, you can get down. I don't know about you, but you could just really get down. I'm like, what the heck? And you got to know how to bring yourself up out of that, because it's in your control. I promise y'all, when I tell you, your happiness is always within your control. If you ain't happy, I heard somebody say, he was like, if you're not happy, typically things aren't going the way that you thought they were, or they're not going in the way that you have planned or you want them to be. So typically that makes you unhappy. When things are going the way you want them to go, you feel good. So I don't know. Just think about that. That made me think this week. So I'm just trying to get people to a sustainable place of happiness, man. Not just momentary happiness from, social media gratification, or, just little stuff.
Cause when I'm on social media now, for the most part, it's for the podcast. I've been cranking out a lot of video clips lately and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
And it's only because I'm watching what a lot of these other podcasters out here are doing it, like these successful podcasters are doing. And I'm like, when they put out a new video, all right, Brandon, it's time for you to make a new video. It's time for you to crank out more videos and stuff like that. So it can be draining.
Yes.
It can definitely be draining because I work a job too. I'll be editing full podcast episodes. Like I said, last week we dropped 2 on them. You know what I'm saying? So that was tough. Having to do 2 episodes in a week, and to constantly put out different clips. Like I'm editing clips while I'm on lunch breaks at work and stuff like that, just to have them ready to just keep putting them out there, throwing them out there. TikTok, Instagram Reels, Twitter. I've been tweeting more too. Like I don't even be tweeting. But I've been tweeting more too from our Instagram profile. So,
yes, sir.
If y'all not following us on Instagram, make sure you follow us at Residual Impact. You feel me?
Please do. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we just wanted to really get that out to y'all, man, because I want to see more people happy. I really want to see y'all happy, not just on your Instagram or your social media platform, just putting up a front or just doing it for the 1 minute, 2 minute videos that you're making. I really want to see you happy when that camera cuts off or when you put that phone down, because, dude, it's too many young people out here that are, taking their lives or not really, they're depressed, and that's not what we want, bro. Like, dude, I think life is a beautiful thing. Life is a gift, but if you allow the world just to feed you, bruh, the outcome ain't gonna be the good thing.
Not at all, man.
So yeah, man. Please meditate. I don't know if y'all meditate, but I'm so serious, bro. Take some time to sit by yourself. You can have your phone, but just put on some meditation music, some quiet music, and just sit down and just kind of erase your mind of all thoughts, all expectations, all obligations for like 5-10 minutes, and I can guarantee you, bro, if you do that, you'll start to notice a change in your life.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I meditate not as often as I used to, but I do. I do still meditate, and I need to get back into the rhythm of doing it. But yeah, man, this right here should definitely help. Like I really hope it helps many people. Like I hope it reaches out to all of you guys who are listening and watching.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't, really resonate with you at the moment. I hope it'll resonate with the people around you. I hope you can take something from it and be able to share it with the people around you.
Yes.
Because maybe they may need the information.
Yes.
Maybe they may need, to go see somebody professionally, or maybe they may need to go talk to just anybody, just to kind of like, share what it is that's going on in their head, because they may have harmful thoughts as well. You just never know, man. Real.
Never know. So, yeah, man. Happiness is an inside job. It's not up to other people to make sure that you're happy. You got to make sure that you are happy first. Everybody else is just a compliment to your happiness. It's not their job. So.
Speaking of happy, man, you know what makes me happy?
What makes you happy, brother?
Dessert.
Ooh.
Food in general. Yeah, obviously y'all could tell just by looking at me. Y'all could tell.
Bruh.
But dessert definitely makes me happy.
It's that time.
It is that time.
Yes, sir.
So, the answers of the week from episode 23. Yo, first and foremost, we didn't even clarify that this is episode 24.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, we
are on episode 24. Like, we say it at the beginning of every episode, we're here for another one.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
you did not say it this time around.
We didn't, but we ain't forget though.
Clearly.
You know, it is episode 24. Man.
That means the next one is episode what?
25.
We are getting up there.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
25 episodes.
Wow.
Yes, sir. That's a big thing, man. That's
It
a big
is.
thing.
Next thing you know, we'll be talking about 50 episodes.
For real.
Then 100.
Yes, sir.
Then 250.
Then 3,000.
What?
What?
Just went up there, man. You know what I'm saying? 3,000.
You stupid.
I don't know about all of that now.
3,000, bro. Let's go, man.
But anyway. Before we get into these answers of the week, you know we got to give y'all a question. So, the question of the week from last week's episode was, what would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? The number one bit of feedback that I got from this question was, that was a great question. That's a good question. Yo, like so many people kept saying that. And I agree. That's why I chose it. So, Mike, you want to give your answer first, or you want to, read the people's answers first?
We can give our answers.
Okay.
We give our answers. So, what would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? Ooh, I think for me, I think for me, I was just walking around with no fear. No matter what it is, no matter what I'm feeling in the moment, I would wear my Adidas with my Nike jacket on. I wouldn't care. I just wouldn't care. I don't care, son. I'm aware.
You do that anyway.
You know, you right.
What's wrong with you, yo? Like that? Nah, man, you don't do that.
You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't care about what he cared, you know? But I think that's just the biggest thing. I just walk around with no fear, man, of whatever I wanted to do, I'm gonna do it, and if it's not socially acceptable, I would not even care because it's what I wanted to do. That's it.
Interesting.
Nike with the Adidas pants, got the J's on too, and then I put on a Puma hat just to top it off, just like that. Bow.
No drip, yo.
Drop the mic.
He ain't got no drip whatsoever, man. I mean, granted, you married already, so it's not like the ladies gonna judge you. Even if they judge you, it don't matter.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
What would you do, B?
That is a great question, man. I was thinking about my answer for like the whole week.
Really?
I still don't have a solid answer, yo, because I do a lot of things now that I know people will judge me on. And I don't care because, okay, this is kind of an embarrassing story, but again, I don't care. Growing up in the 90s, man, I'm 80s baby, but I was, a 90s kid. Like I was raised in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I used to love, and I still to this day do, 90s dance music. But I remember, I went to public school, man, and the school that I went to in Queens, like, it was very, very diverse, right? Black people, Hispanics, Indian people, white people, you know what I'm saying? One moment you'd hear us listening to like music from Busta Rhymes. The next moment you'd hear us jamming to Maya. Next moment people be playing Britney Spears, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. So I listened to all of that, and I'll never forget that one time I was riding in the car with my mom and one of her friends. I was in the 5th grade, and I was playing a CD that my mom bought me. Right, my mother bought me this CD, had some late 90s dance music and dance remixes and stuff like that. And one of the songs that came on was like a Backstreet Boys song, and I was singing the lyrics, and they looked at me like,
but what you doing singing that?
Right? You know what I'm saying? I was like, first of all, mom bought me the CD, so I don't even know why she was looking in the backseat at me. You know what I'm saying? Singing a song. Why'd you buy me this CD if you like really?
I understand.
But, coming from that experience, man, I don't think that really a lot can make me not want to do stuff because people are going to judge me.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously things that are morally wrong, like maybe shoplift or something like that. I mean, you're going to be judged regardless. I mean, it's not really in my character to do stuff like that. So I really don't have an answer for this. And I know I just went through that whole story from my past, which I probably cut most of it out. But this question really stumped me, yo. Like, it really did stump me. I've done a lot that people would normally judge me on, and I didn't care. I just didn't care.
I understand that. Nothing wrong with that.
So I don't think I have an answer.
Okay. Well, let's go through some of our answers that we got for this week, man.
All right. So the first response is from Kimberly Boma. Shout out to you, Kimberly. Am I in the Wrong Room podcast? She said, I had to really think because I do more things from personality at this point rather than judgment. But differently, I'd ask more questions. And specifically, I'd ask more direct questions and call people out immediately. I'm trying to balance that, but giving extra energy though. I try too hard to manage the angry black woman stereotype when the person answering sounds stupid, isn't trying, and doesn't know what the F they're talking about. But if you're average height, don't got a high-pitched voice, and have RBF, then it's given to you immediately. I'm tired of massaging information out of people and peopling in my face.
Wow. Eloquently put.
Yo, for real. I don't like peopling in my face either. So for those of y'all that be peopling in my face, you need to back up and give me at least more than 6 feet.
She literally came up with a whole nother term. I never heard peopling before. That's funny. That's
just like how I be saying the math ain't
mathing though. Hey, it works.
It works.
Man. Okay. So from Will to Create Entertainment, he said, I would have to put myself first. I had a problem with also putting everybody else first. It's good that you're there for everyone, but don't forget about you.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Because you can't forget about you.
Facts. Nizzy Naya said, I probably wouldn't have went to school. It was valuable and I learned a lot, but I could have invested my money into a business.
Wow. I actually like that one.
I do too.
I really like
Those
that.
are my thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of me using all that money to pay for college, I really could have invested that into my business.
So many people would judge you if you don't go to school.
Real talk. Especially your parents. We've talked about this in a previous episode, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, in the black community, right? First and foremost, we always got to be better than everybody else, right? I was taught growing up by my mom, like, if you go for a job and they require a bachelor's degree, you need to have a master's. Right? Because whoever's interviewing with you, if they have a bachelor's and you have a master's, you might be able to beat them out. Right? If they have a master's, you might need to have a PhD. You know what I'm saying? So go to school, get good grades, get a degree, get a job, make good money, whatever. That's all we've been taught growing up. One thing I learned from Dr. Claude Anderson, and shout out to him. Sure he don't listen to us yet. Maybe, whatever. But if you guys listen to anything that he's ever said regarding group economics, then you might have heard him speak about how a lot of foreigners, they'll come from their home country to America. They'll open up businesses. They'll put all their relatives on. And instead of sending their kids to school to get jobs with other people or to work for other people, they'll send their kids to school to learn a skill to perfect or improve on their businesses that they already have established for the family.
Smart.
Very.
But you gotta have that knowledge though up front.
You
to
do.
be able to do that.
And I can't blame my parents because our parents typically did not really know better, because if they knew better, they would do better.
Yep. That's true.
So
That's true.
shout out to you, Naya.
Yeah.
Who's next?
So from April's Corner, she said, I think the only thing I would do differently in my past if I knew people wouldn't judge me for it would be to be a little more open and vulnerable as a person. I realized that when you keep things bottled inside or decide not to talk about your feelings or to not open up about what's going on in your life, it tends to weigh down. And that weight can truly be a turning point in how you feel. So I will be a little bit more open about a lot of things that I've been through and not worried about how people would look at me. Man, that's good.
That's powerful.
It is.
Because that really ties into everything that we just talked about this episode.
Yep.
Like, for real.
Yep, it does.
So, sheesh.
Yeah, good job. Appreciate you, April.
Thanks. For real, April. Seth Light said, I would have done a lot more things sooner versus building up the courage to go after them. And that's across the board. No fear of failure and no fear of people's opinions.
I like that too.
It's a good one.
Yeah. We just talking about people's opinions in this one too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all need to stay out of our heads. Like, real talk. Y'all really need to stay out of our heads. Because that's a coincidence. Those two,
Yeah.
crazy coincidence.
Yep.
From _Psychoasis, she said, regarding the past, I used to always get hate about my laugh and how loud I was. So I used to silence myself in moments I wanted to laugh out loud or speak my mind. If I can go back, I wouldn't shrink myself to people's liking. As for the present, I wouldn't change anything because I have more confidence than ever now. And I truly do not care what others think, especially strangers. It's some small things maybe I would change, like wearing my bonnet out in public or not wearing a bra more often. Appreciate you, Michaela. Thank you for answering the question.
For real, appreciate you.
Who's next?
So we got from the real young Bam. Shout out to you, brother. You always supporting us.
For real. Shout out to you, Bam.
He said, for me, honestly, I wouldn't do anything different only because my integrity is everything. Whether people are looking or not looking, I believe things go and work out how they're supposed to work out, regardless. So I'll stay on my path, trusting the process. Plain
I like that.
Simple. I like that,
For
man.
real. So, those were the answers of the week.
Extremely in depth this week.
Yo, real talk, man. People was typing. Their typing fingers was really going at it. So we greatly appreciate every single one of y'all who answered last week's question of the week. And we always look forward to hearing your responses. Mm-hmm. And speaking of responses, we got another question.
Uh-oh.
This is something that the homeboy Mike came up with.
Yeah.
Right. So, if this one is a good question to y'all, reach out to Mike and tell him thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, Mike, what is this week's question of the week, brother?
All right, so y'all, this week's question is going to be this. What is the difference between living and existing? What do y'all think? I would love to hear from y'all.
I would give my answer, but I have a feeling a lot of people are going to say what I'm going to say. A lot of people are going to copy what I'm going to say regardless. Because I'm just me. I'm a trendsetter. People copy me.
Stop the cap.
And, I do everything that I want to do because I know people going to judge me regardless, but I don't care because I came in this world alone. I'm going to leave this world with me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
And my list of priorities for 2022 is me, myself, and I. Moi. Me.
Who?
Me. Not you.
Bruh.
Definitely not you.
That's
But
right.
me. You feel me?
Huh?
But nah, you said something so real, bro. Like,
What's poppin'?
if I wasn't strong, right, for you to be like, man, it's not going to be about you. Bro, there's nothing wrong with you saying that. That is so true. It should. I should take no offense to that whatsoever.
You shouldn't.
But if somebody is not strong mentally, they be like, what you mean it's not going to be about me? What? Is it something wrong with me? Like, you can be so self-critical about yourself. So, man, I'm glad you said that, man, because I think that's a good point to make.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
Glad I thought of it.
Even though you were just talking a bunch of BS anyway. But still.
Glad I thought of it. But I really did tweet that not too long ago.
For real?
Yeah.
That's real talk, though.
Yeah.
Man. That's good. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, what is the difference between living and existing? So, y'all know how to reach out at us. You can go get at us on Instagram at Residual Impact Podcast, Twitter
At Residual Impact.
YouTube, Residual Impact Podcast. TikTok,
Residual Impact. Don't ask us why we have this stuff set up that way. I don't know why we couldn't just stick to Residual Impact across the board or Residual Impact Podcast across the board. But to be fair, at least with Residual Impact, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Residual Impact because we do have a second Instagram with Residual Impact, no podcast in it.
Yeah.
Y'all can follow us there, but I mean, it's just the backup page.
Yeah. And even if I think you type in on YouTube just Residual Impact, we will show up. Like,
regardless,
we will show up because we've made a name for ourselves.
We definitely have. So, Mike, man, we had a great one, yo.
Yes, sir.
This is another good one.
Yes, sir. Yes,
in
sir,
the
man.
books. So that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. But we can't leave without saying something, B. What we going to say?
Where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, episode 24, we are signing out.
Yes, sir.
And we'll catch y'all next week for episode 25.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Peace.